All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. We wanted to have a very quick briefing on Tropical Storm Arthur. Fortunately, it is looking less and less like the city of New Orleans will have significant impacts. But as we all know, we want to be ready just in case the scenario could change for us. So we're having this news conference today to tell you about the preparations that we're putting in place just in case that scenario should change for us and we would get a lot more rainfall that is currently predicted for us. First, let me just say that the Emergency Operations Center, that has been activated. It was activated this morning at 9 o'clock, and it will remain activated until 7 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Now, should we decide that it is no longer necessary to keep it activated all the way till Friday, obviously we will cut that time frame shorter. I was actually just at the EOC just a few minutes ago checking in on everyone, and all of the city departments are up there. They're starting to gather. Our public safety partners from GOSEP are also there as well. The EOC is equipped, as you all know, with different systems that monitor everything from our sewage and water board pumps to also, of course, a series of cameras across the city that monitor areas that are prone to flooding. So our EOC managers truly have their eye through either cameras or through other visual monitors across the city as to what exactly is happening throughout the city of New Orleans. As far as a city hall closure or closure of city departments, I will be in close contact with our emergency managers through this afternoon and through the evening to monitor impacts on the city of New Orleans and the amount of rainfall that we are getting. Now, obviously, if, like I mentioned before, if that scenario changes and we have significant impacts, then, obviously I will be doing a closure. I will make that call overnight sometime, likely after the 4 a.m. advisory tomorrow morning. And so that is where we're at right now. So I do want to say that overall, the way that we have been working has been a really great exercise, this first major storm, on what all of us need to be doing together. And this truly is a team effort. This is teamwork. And this includes, of course, our partners at the New Orleans City Council, who did a tremendous job working with our Department of Public Works team this morning on making sure that they set up sandbag locations. I can tell you that this process started yesterday afternoon into the evening, and by this morning, everything was deployed and ready to go for those sites to be activated at 9:30 this morning. I'm going to go through the run of show and then have each of the department heads who I asked to speak to please come forward. We will start with Michael Harrison, the Deputy Mayor of Public Safety, followed by Derek Hessen, the Director of NOSEM, followed by Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick with the New Orleans Police Department. Steve Nelson will follow. He's the Deputy CAO of Infrastructure, then followed by Dr. Jennifer Avegno, Deputy Mayor of Health and Human Services, followed by Randy Heyman, the Director of the Sewage and Water Board, followed by Matt Torrey, the Director of Sanitation, and we will end with Council President Morrell. So with that, Deputy Mayor Harrison, the show is yours.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you to all of you, all of our city, state, and federal partners for supporting our preparedness efforts. City of New Orleans has been preparing for this weather event and remains focused on ensuring our public safety agencies, our infrastructure partners, stakeholders are ready to respond should conditions warrant so. The city's public safety agencies, including NOPD, FD, EMS, and NOSEM, have been coordinating closely ahead of this event. Personnel, equipment, and resources have been reviewed and positioned to support response operation as needed. Earlier today, the City Emergency Operations Center transitioned to a level 2 partial activation and moved to a 24-hour operations. This allows our city departments and our partner agencies to maintain situational awareness, to share information, to coordinate resources, and quickly address issues as they arise. Beginning at 5 p.m. today, 311 will transition to a 24-hour operation and remain available around the clock to assist residents with non-emergency requests and information throughout this weather event. While our focus remains on protecting residents and responding to impacts, activations like this provide an opportunity to validate plans, strengthen coordination, and ensure city agencies are prepared to work together effectively ahead of future emergencies. Our residents should know that preparedness is a team effort. City agencies are actively coordinating and monitoring conditions, preparing resources so we can respond quickly and effectively should conditions worsen. I'll now turn it over to NOSM Director Hessen, who will provide additional information and forecast preparedness to our residents, what they should do.
Good afternoon. Thank you. I'd like to start by thanking the mayor and the deputy mayor for your leadership during this event. The mayor has been engaged with NOSM as we continue to monitor Tropical Storm Arthur. The system is forecast to make landfall near the Texas and Louisiana border tonight, and although that may seem like it's really far from the city of New Orleans, the storm is lopsided, and so those impacts will be felt far east from its initial landfall. The potential for significant flash flooding will be the highest this evening through Thursday morning, especially where rain and intense rainfall rates repeatedly move over the same locations. Outside of that time frame, New Orleans remains at risk for excessive rainfall on Thursday during the daytime hours and Friday, meaning localized flash flooding remains possible throughout much of this event. In addition to the flooding threat, a few strong storms could be capable of producing damaging wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour and a few tornadoes. For residents, now is the time to prepare. Stay weather aware, especially tonight and into tomorrow. Have multiple ways to receive warnings and emergency information. You can text NOLA Ready to 77295. Limit unnecessary travel during the periods of intense rainfall. Turn around, don't drown. Please don't drive through flooded roadways. And then also, if safe to do so, help clear some of those catch basins along your street or in your neighborhood to prevent that flooding from pooling around areas. We're not asking residents to be alarmed, but we are asking them to take this event seriously. New Orleans has prepared for events like this before, and NOSM is actively coordinating with partners as conditions evolve. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I also want to thank our mayor and our deputy mayor. They have already exuded great leadership in making sure that we are all prepared and working together. So NOPD is indeed prepared. We are at present moving boats into the district stations at the district offices around the town, around the city. We have 21 boats. 2 of them are with the fire department, and that leaves us, of course, with 19 boats. We will only put 1 boat per district at this time, but we are ready to move any and all assets as necessary. We have, in addition to that, 6 operational stake body trucks. Those trucks are primarily used, if needed, for rescue missions, but we are also have put our barricades in our known flood areas where we know where the roads typically flood. The 3rd district is where the most impacts are with respect to known flooding areas. Cannot overemphasize what we just said to you. When you see a barricade, please turn around. You do not know how deep that water is. And so you could lose your car at best, but we are talking life safety issues. I also want to remind the public that there could be downed power lines underneath that flooded area. So to wade in there is just too dangerous. So keep that in mind as well. And lastly, our officers are not required to know how to swim. They are there and will do everything they can to protect you, to save you, to rescue you. But in the end, be mindful that if they don't know how to swim, I am not asking them to wade into water where they would not be able to be in control of themselves. So be sure that everyone does their part. We are here to do our part, and we are prepared and ready to move forward. And our next speaker.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. The Department of Public Works is glad to be part of this team and serving in mobilization this morning. We dispense sand to 7 different locations where sandbags can be picked up. Those are staffed by our partners with the City Council offices. District A, that location is at Conrad Park at 3400 Hamilton. District B, it is at the Dryads YMCA at 2220 OC Haley. District C has a location at Morris Jeff Senior Park at 2529 General Meyer. And there are 2 locations in District E, one at George Washington Carver High School at 3059 George Carver Way. And then the second is at St. Leo the Great Catholic Church. District E has 2 locations as well, one at St. Maria Goretti at 7300 Crowder, and the second at Sanchez Center at 1616 Fats Domino Avenue, and those can also be found on the city's website. We've also completed inspection of active contract sites. We have a lot of contract work going on with the FEMA program. We've had our inspectors on site ensuring that sites are secure, that stormwater pollution prevention plan equipment is in place. I do want to note that the gutter buddies and those other items that are there are in place for a reason. That is to keep debris out of the stormwater system. So please ensure that you're not messing with or interfering with any of those systems that are in place. And also, if you see the front of a catch basin that has leaves or garbage, I'm sure this will be reiterated by our partners at the Sewage and Water Board, but clean those things up. Pick up the trash that you see in the street, and I'll reiterate as well, if you see standing water, please do not drive into it. And finally, the street lights, we've talked about street lights that go into flash when it's raining. Of those lights, we've fixed about half of those, but if you do see a flashing street light, please do call 311. We want to add that to our list or ensure that it's captured again. Thank you all very much. And with that, I will turn it over to Dr. Avegno.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, everybody. This is a really great opportunity to put your emergency season plans into action, or if you haven't done a plan, now is the time to do one. Make sure that all of your loved ones, all of the people in your life, friends, neighbors, family, particularly those who are elderly or with special medical needs, have a place that's high and dry to wait out the storm. You should always be prepared to shelter in place with enough supplies, including medications and necessary medical supplies such as home oxygen, if you can't leave your home due to flooding. You should keep your important medical information, prescriptions, emergency contact, doctor's phone numbers, etc., in a waterproof container or a big Ziploc bag. You want to make sure that you and your loved ones have enough food, water, and basic necessities to remain safely at home if it becomes too difficult to travel for an extended period of time. Now is the time to charge those cell phones, charge those portable battery packs, and charge any medical equipment that you need that requires electricity before an outage. Again, if you are on dialysis or any medical treatment that you need to get regularly, please make sure that you're in contact with your provider for assistance and to understand if your dialysis clinic will be closed tomorrow, whether or not you'll be rescheduled, if you get home health, if you get hospice. Just make sure you know what the plan is for the next few days. I'll say it again, everyone has mentioned it here. Please do not drive or walk through floodwater. It is incredibly dangerous. Just a small amount of water or something buried underneath that water can be a serious injury or illness. And again, those floodwaters have a lot of things, some of them lurking beneath the surface that you don't want to come into contact with. If you do have an emergency, please call 911, but only if it is a true emergency. Remember, though, that if major flooding occurs, our ambulances may be delayed in the way they can get to you. For any non-emergency information, please call 311. Our team, and don't hang up, yes. Don't hang up if you call 911. It will be answered. Our team has been in contact with all of our independent living facilities and nursing homes as we generally do, getting information out. So if you are an operator or manager and you are anticipating an issue, or the second you begin to have an issue in one of those facilities, please contact us immediately. The sooner we know, the better we can get you resources. If you are homeless or unstably housed, there are shelter beds available in the region, and so we encourage you to seek shelter to wait out the storm. And again, just to reiterate, check on your vulnerable family, friends, and neighbors throughout the event. Take care of each other. Again, to sign up for emergency alerts through NOLA Ready, you can text NOLA Ready to 77295, and don't forget to monitor trusted sources for weather updates and public safety information. Thank you. That's good. I think Mr. Heyman?
Thank you. Good afternoon. First, I want to say thank you to our mayor for her leadership Along with our partners, we are closely monitoring the forecasted inclement weather. We appreciate the opportunity to discuss our preparation, our concerns, and potential impact this weather event may have on our community. Most importantly, we want our customers to know that we are ready to serve you. We have enhanced staffing levels across the utility to ensure our teams are coordinated, positioned, and equipped to respond as conditions evolve. As part of our storm preparation, our operation team has already begun lowering canal levels to increase stormwater storage capacity, cleaning catch basins throughout the system. We also encourage residents to help by removing debris from the front of neighborhood catch basins as they prepare their properties for the storm, as long as they can do so in a safe manner. Also, we have mentioned residents should be aware that during periods of intense rainfall, localized street flooding is possible. Our drainage system is designed to handle approximately 1 inch of rainfall during the first hour of a storm and 1/2 an inch of rainfall per hour after that. As an example, if an area receives 3 inches of rain in 1 hour, it may take up to 5 hours for that water to drain from the system. Now I will share with you our current operation status. We currently have 87 of our 93 major drain pumps available for service. At the Carrollton Underpass, a temporary pump has been installed while the station's 3 permanent pumps remain out of service. All other underpass pumping stations are operational and available for this weather event. As you know, reliable power has been a concern during past weather events. Today, we are much stronger, in a much stronger position thanks to the commissioning of the power complex, which provides dependable source of power for our drainage system. Because of the power complex, we have greater confidence that we will have the power needed to run our pumps. The power complex includes a dedicated energy substation, 3 new static frequency changers. All of these assets are in service and available for this weather event. Currently, we have 93 megawatts available of 25 hertz power capacity, while our system requires approximately 44 megawatts of peak demand. Turbine 6 is available if needed, while Turbine 5 remains out of service. We encourage residents to monitor the conditions closely and remain weather aware throughout the event. Customers also can visit our pumping and power dashboard for real-time updates. We will continue to monitor conditions around the clock and make operational adjustments as needed to protect public health, public safety, and critical infrastructure. Thank you, and once again, please stay weather aware. Thank you very much. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. At this time, we have no changes to the scheduled trash and recycling collection for the remainder of the week. We say that knowing that localized street flooding may result in some Thursday collections being pushed to Friday. Impacted service locations should leave their carts on the curb for Friday collection if that should occur. We ask residents to ensure that their cart lids are securely closed and that their debris is properly contained ahead of collection, and that they promptly remove their carts from the curb following collection this week. In the event of street flooding, we appreciate residents' support in cleaning up debris in their neighborhood, which can be placed in their city trash cart for collection. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to begin by thanking the mayor and her team. This has been an excellent dry run under this administration on how we can coordinate better as a council and as a city in preparation for storm events. I do want to remind all residents that the council meeting for tomorrow was canceled in abundance of caution and remains canceled. There were several items on the agenda that were of tremendous public interest, so we pushed that meeting to next Wednesday, the 24th. So if you were planning on attending our council meeting tomorrow, it'll be next week on Wednesday. Additionally, some council members said that there are still sandbags and shovels available at certain locations. I would encourage you to utilize those locations as you see fit. And as always, remember, you can always reach out to our council offices throughout the week to share any information we can do to be of help to you this week. Thank you.
All right, thank you to everyone. So, as has been said, bottom line, we are asking the people of New Orleans to really do what the city government has done, and that is to just be prepared, stay weather alert, and we'll see what comes our way. But whatever comes our way, we'll be ready to deal with it. And so I just very much appreciate the level of team effort that came together to get everyone to where we are today. So with that, I'm happy to take any questions.
Y'all answered all my questions.
Okay, great. Thank you, Lily. You're my favorite one today.
So this is your first severe storm as mayor. Where do you plan to ride it out, and
Sure.
how are you feeling?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I feel like severe storms, hurricanes have been part of my life really for the past 25 years. When I was a reporter, not only did I cover the storms here, but I was also sent across the country to cover severe storms and hurricanes as a news reporter. Of course, I was here during Hurricane Katrina as a reporter, and then as a legislator, always stayed here for the storms, and as a council member, was able to see, how City Hall operated during storms. And now as mayor, I can see some things that I thought in the past could be improved, and now I've been able to improve those things. And really, to me, the most important thing is communication. Communication within the team, and then also communication to the public. So that is what I really hope that we can showcase, not only, of course, during this moment, but in future ones that may come our way. How am I feeling? We've been through so many different storms. I come to these things, or I always come to different emergencies with a level of calmness. That's just how I operate. So it as it comes, and I will be in close coordination with our emergency operations team throughout the rest of the day, and obviously into the evening. And you can expect me to be, in and out of City Hall, and whether City Hall is open or closed tomorrow, I'll be here.
And if impacts are to our north or in other neighboring parishes, are you in contact with those administrations?
Sure.
And, like the boat?
Yeah. So look, as you've heard from me before, I'm very much about regional coordination and regional support. I've been in touch with other parish presidents. Obviously, as you know, I talk very closely with Parish President Lee Shang. She and I have been in close communication. And of course, anyone who may need additional assistance or resources, should we not be impacted, we are always a willing partner and always willing to help.
Do you guys anticipate opening any shelters or other facilities at all?
Look, it's going to be really based on impact and what we see. As you also know, we have our community lighthouses, and should we need to activate those because of significant power outages, we'll be prepared to do so.
Mel?
Oh, no, all good, thanks.
Okay.
Lindy?
I'm fine.
Okay. Any more?
All right. Thank you all so much.